do every Wednesday at this time. Let's bring in the legend himself, Jason Michaels, the magician, the main man. Hey, saw you on TV the other day, man. Looking good, buddy.
Yeah, we had fun. I got to meet Carol Sullivan over there at today in Nashville, and she was super fun host. She was almost as enthusiastic as you are about magic.
Good. I love Carol. I worked with her for many years, so I'm glad you got to be on the show. All right, man. You blew our mind last week, and this is a true story. So the intern and I last week went back and watched the segment. We spent like 20 minutes trying to figure it out, and after about 20 minutes, we just said, we're done. We just got – so thank you for doing that for us.
For the rest of the week, your brain was scrambled, just like some scrambled eggs, huh?
Yeah, every time, man. You're amazing. All right, so what do you got for us this week?
You know, this week I have kind of jumped back into the old repertoire. I've been thinking about things I used to do, and I remembered about a friend of mine that years ago, I mean, he's still a friend, but this guy, we used to hang out all the time. This was like right out after I got out of college, and this dude was he was a bellman at a local hotel, very nice hotel in downtown Nashville before we got all the new hotels. And he told me a story, and we're gonna actually focus in on the tabletop. So I'm gonna switch the point of view so you can see the tabletop. Anyway, like I said, he was a bellman at a really nice hotel in downtown Nashville, and he told me a story one day about something that happened to him, and I thought, oh, that's kind of an interesting idea for a card trick. And what he said was, he said that one day, 4 royal-looking fellas walked into the joint, and when they got there, he thought, "Well, these guys look like they're going to need some handling." So when they got there, after they checked in, they gave him a call, and they said, "Hey, Sam," his name was Sam. They said, "Hey, Sam, do you think you can find us some entertainment?" And he said, "Well, let me see what I can do." So he went down a couple of blocks, and when he came back, he said, "Hey, I couldn't find you entertainment, but I found you some companionship. I found you a couple of brunettes and a couple of redheads."
Uh-oh.
And they were like, "Fantastic, that's wonderful. We'd love to get to meet these ladies. Where'd you find them?" He said, "I went down the street to a little place I like to frequent called the 654 Club, and the guys gave him a $2 tip for his troubles." So a little time goes by, and after a while, he gets a phone call, and the guys say, "Man, these ladies have been lovely, but we're kind of thinking we'd like to play some cards. Do you know any card players?" And he said, "Oh, I know some really good card players. Let me see if I can find some guys who are interested in playing right now." So when he went down a couple of blocks, he came back, and he found 4 guys named John who like to play cards. They actually go by Jack, but their real name is John. And they said, where'd you find those guys?" He said, "Same place I found the ladies at the 654 Club." And they said, "Fantastic, Sam. Here's another $2 tip for you. Thanks so much for your help." So, you know, he goes, I know, right? I'm with you. I thought the story was amazing when he told me. So after a while, he gets another phone call, and the guys say, "You know what? We didn't know these guys were quite that good of card players. Can you cash a check for us?" And he said, "I'll do the best that I can." So after he went down to the convenience store, he came back and he said, "I know you wanted 2 20s for that check, but the best I could get you was 4 10s. They said, "No problem, Sam. Here's another $2 tip." So right as he's walking out the door, they say, "Hey, hold up, Sam. You've taken really good care of us. You seem like a really nice guy. We'd like to get to know you a little bit better. What are you, about 38? He said, "Well, not quite." He said, "I'm 39. They said, "Do you live around here?" He said, "Oh, yeah, I live right down the street at okay, hang on a second. Okay. Oh, yeah. 1387 2nd Avenue. Yeah, that's what he said. 1387 2nd Avenue. And they said, "Do you play cards very often?" He said, "I play cards every day at the 654 Club." They said, "So you see some good hands?" He said, "Just the other day, the guy sitting next to me at the table had a full house. He had 9s over 7s, really strong hand." They said, "Oh, wow, he must have won a bunch of money." He said, "No, I was playing, and I had aces over 8s. I had a full boat." They said, "Oh, fantastic. So you won the big money?" He said, "No, that magician, Jason Michaels, was also playing, and he had a straight flush in spades." That's the best reaction I can get right there.
All right. So, all right, I'm trying to think where my mind is on this one here. Okay, so I saw you shuffle the cards, Jason.
You saw me shuffle. You saw me cut. You saw me do it multiple times, and that's the thing that's going to rack your brain. And when you do go back and watch this, and I will say this, listen, if you're watching this, or if you're watching this on record, or if you're on Facebook or whatever, go back 3 minutes, go back 4 minutes, watch it all over again, because the second time it messes with your head even more, because you're going to see shuffles, you're going to see cuts, and still somehow I was able to make a story out of all those cards coming up. That's the thing that's going to blow your mind.
I don't want to do that, because I'm still trying to figure out 5 weeks ago what you did.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the intern pop in here for a second. But we both looked at each other like 7 times through this whole thing, and we saw you shuffle the cards.
Yeah, I didn't even know. Honestly, I didn't know what the. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's the thing. It's funny because I remember. So I've been doing magic now. People look at me, they say, "Oh, I have kind of a baby face." And so when I tell people I've been doing magic for 30 years, it's either been a hobby or a profession for 30 years. And I remember back to when I was just getting started in magic, like at the very beginning, the first couple of years. Every time you see magic, every time you see a new magician do a magic trick, it's the most incredible thing you've ever seen, because you're just learning about the stuff that is out there. You're learning the base set of techniques. And I remember when I saw something like what I just shared with you, something like this years ago at the very beginning, and it did to me what I just did to you right there, where my head is just sitting there going, I don't understand this. I'm watching you shuffle the cards. How is this possible? But you just have to take into consideration that is the feeling that we go for every Saturday night at my show, Mysteries and Illusions, which takes place in downtown Nashville. And that's why so many people have fun at my show, because we give everybody that feeling and that takeaway, so that's the goal.
Well, we've told this before. Half of me wants to know how, half of me tells the other half, shut your mouth, because I don't want to know how.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? It's fair to both sides. It's fair because I get it. I understand. I'm the same guy. I'm fascinated by how this stuff works. Like I don't have a problem with people asking me and going, that doesn't mean I'm going to immediately tell you how such a thing is done, but I don't have a problem with it. But for the people who love magic just to love the feeling of it, they have a special place in my heart.
But here's the deal. We saw you shuffle the cards.
I know.
So
and that's the thing that's going to just kind of, you're going to keep coming back to, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, oh, that's killing me. So
all right, so are we Saturday night again?
I am rolling. I have Saturday night show after Saturday night show, just rocking and rolling. June and July, going strong. We've got a show this Saturday night. Show starts at 7:30 at the filming station, which is right downtown, right next to the Music City Center. We only sell 30 tickets, and we want anybody who enjoys what they see here on your show, we want them to come by and have a fun time with us.
If people want to have you come out for corporate events, how they get hold of you?
Oh, yeah, you can just jump on my website, mysteriesandillusions.com. I have a little section that says events, and you can learn kind of how to contact me and, how I might be able to serve you and your folks.
Perfect. My man, you're the best. We love you, man. We'll see you next week.
Great job.
I'll see you then.